Kannst du das nochmal wiederholen? See, mommy is on the vlog the very first time. Performing! No.
With a poop from you!
See, this is how we roll here in the Dressen family. Why not? If you say something like that, you are on the vlog.
No!
No? You want to say something else?
No.
So, it's time to... I'll show you. This is the cellar. Cellar? Cellar. Cellar? Celery. No, celery. Talking crap. So, no judgment here, guys. This is the dryer, but that's not where my clothes are. They're here. I do that sort of old school. So I like actually doing it the old way. Hanging up my stuff just as it goes. And I need to pack my gym bag now because we're gonna go to the freaking gym. And it's already 1:40. This is actually UK time. This is really confusing because I've got this watch with me and I can't be bothered to actually put it back. And that in itself is really funny because when I'm in the gym, last time I got home and my mom said, so how long have you been working out? I was looking at 30 minutes. It didn't feel like 30 minutes and it was actually 1.5 hours. So that's why having a sense of time is always a good thing. So I'm gonna now grab this stuff, get upstairs, pack my bag, and then we'll hit the freaking gym. So switch the light off, close this door, clack, and here we go. Did I get anything else? So we have this ugly bag down here, this red one. It seems to be my normal bag, baggy waggy, clickety clacker. So yeah, I've got this really old gym bag here, and so what do I take to the gym? Obviously we'll take a towel. Yeah, it's always important because it's, I don't know, you guys must know that as well, that in some gyms they supply you with towels, and obviously the cheaper the gym in terms of what you pay on a monthly basis, the less you will get with it, which ain't a bad thing. You know, it's not like you have to be a Home's Place member or like a super high-end gym member to get something for free, but yeah, getting your Castor gear with you. So actually the video before this one I uploaded was where I did some deadlifts. And you could see I was performing a 170 kilo deadlift, which is quite heavy, and at one point I was using a towel because my hand actually was slipping. And you can see here like the calluses are coming out again a little bit. And I felt really strong actually. I could have lifted it more times, and I also snapped it on Snapchat. So if you aren't following me yet, then please make sure to do that, because I give a little bit more information. You can actually ask me there and then questions. I try to answer them, all of them. But long story short, I think sometimes when you don't have chalk with you, actually in your back days, when you do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of your back workouts, your underarm will get weak at one point. You're not able to grab anything anymore because you're just tired. Your underarm isn't strong enough, but your back, which you still want to work out because the muscle is bigger and you've got more muscle in your back, which are targeting however way you pull, lateral or front, up, down, left, right, however you do your pulling. So therefore I sometimes recommend using lifting straps. I normally don't like using them, but especially in this case I wish I would have had them, because I could have easily lifted more weight on the deadlift. I could probably lift another 20 kilos on top, probably 190. I can lift nearly 200 with lifting straps, at least 3 reps. My 1 rep max I haven't tested yet. I can probably lift 200. I would like to try that once I've done my 70-day program and I've got back onto a maintenance, maybe a little bulking phase. I want to really see how much I can lift on a deadlift. I'm really curious about that. But at the moment, I'm lifting 170 with 6 reps, sort of easy if I could hold the freaking bar. So yeah, I've got some chalk with me I'll show you. It's packed in here, like this package. Problem is though, when you open it, it's all over the floor. So you can already see it's coming out of the... And I forgot my little bag where I normally put that chalk, so I can't really take that to the gym. So that's a bit of a problem. So I don't know what to do now. Today is leg day, so I don't really need any chalk, so that's fine. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Long story short, I'm just packing my freaking gym bag. That's all I'm doing here. All right, I want to try something. I've seen it in a video the other day, and I thought I'm gonna give it a try. So when you're in a gym and you don't have any shaker or something, people do this. They use the scoop and scoop it into their mouth, and I actually never had this experience, so we'll try it. Let's see. Well, not too bad actually. So the thing is with creatine though, that because it's water soluble, it actually is not, it doesn't taste like anything, so it's not, it just feels weird because it's so fine and the powder soaks up all your saliva in the mouth, so it's really dry. But you need to just make sure you have some water with you. So that's an alternative. I'm gonna hit the gym now, and I'm actually feeling really pumped because it's freaking leg day. I don't know why I'm pumped, but can you hear that in the background? That's some motivational S I'm listening to. I want to do less swearing, right? Let's see, is this I should have done it this way. The light is better this way. I like this camera, it's really good. I love it. Bench pressing routine. I did 4 times 5, 110 and 8 reps of 100, and then I decided to drop down to 25 and I did 5 sets of 10. So big volume for me today for my chest, because the thing is they're sort of renovating here and I didn't have that much, I couldn't do incline and stuff, so now I'm gonna go to the dip station and then yeah, we'll see what other exercise. Maybe I'll do some Pilates today. Something different. Bit of jazzing up the routine. So here we go. Whew. Let's put on the light. So let me just answer that question quickly, because the camera I'm using right now, the GoPro, I can't really drive because it's just on a tripod and it's otherwise gonna fall off. Comments, guys, here we go, guys. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking a Monster, warm, not cold. My mom didn't pick up the cold one, so this is the warm one, which is gonna taste. Ugh, I hate warm Monsters, they're like shit. Okay, Craig Hagen is saying, love your videos, Mark. Got a question for you. What is the best pathway to take if you want to be successful in the sports industry and specifically personal training? I've answered that question before, that's why it's going to be a very short answer. The best question is to really figure out if this is what you want to do. Find a successful personal trainer or someone in your area. Go to that person, ask that person all your questions you have about the industry, like you're asking me right now. But the more important thing is try and say, can I shadow you for one day? Shadow means be part of his day of personal training for one day and just see what he does and figure out if you really like it. Because the other thing is when you work out with other clients, so on, it's a very personal thing. So you have to have affinity to that, meaning you have to like talking, you have to like communication and all that stuff, because what people say, yeah, you have to have the degree in sports science and nutrition, you have to know all of that. In my opinion, obviously that is the baseline, but that is just the freaking baseline. People pay you money as a personal trainer because they buy into you as a person, and that only happens if you are good at what you do. And the reason why people come to me is not only because of my expertise and yearly experience in terms of personal training, but also because I'm very good at communication. I understand what they're talking about. I can, with the right question, I ask the sort of right question because of my LLP background, knowing what to extract from the client to get the actual knowledge or the actual want, why they're here, out of the person. Because The one question I ask, and I like to share with you, is when people come to you, and you just say to them, so why are you here? Or why did you come to the gym? These why questions are really, really powerful, because if they don't know why they're here, they don't know what's going on. So anyway, I'm drifting off a bit. I'm trying to say, for you, the best way to go forward is, first of all, you have to love basically training. You have to love exercising. That's the first thing. You have to like working with people. You have to like being self-employed. You have to know that you have to put in a lot of work at the beginning for very, very small outcome. Maybe work even for free, because that's how it works. That's what it takes to get successful. I have it in my head. So I don't consider myself as the most successful personal trainer ever, right? I mean, I've got lots to learn still, and I'm still at that point where I know so many people who I'm following they are at a point in their career where I want to be, so I follow them and try to figure out what are they doing that I can adapt. But I'm also way ahead of other people already, so I know I'm sort of where I am and at the point in time. But it's like, what I'm trying to say is basically it's a never-ending story. So if you go down the personal training route, it is something you have to be very, very proactive, and you have to be an action-oriented person. So if you're the type of person who sits around and says, yeah, business is going to come to me, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You have to get your ass out of the chair and do stuff. That's the only way it works. I mean, that's how it works in most jobs. But if you're employed, let's say even if you're employed in a personal training company, I can bet your ass that the owner, if he's a personal trainer, he will kick your ass. Because for him, what matters is the bills getting, that he gets paid, that he's able to pay you as a personal trainer, as his employee. So at the end of the day, it's a very, very competitive area to get into personal training, especially in London. I think it was, the statistic was 65 or 70% of people who take a personal training course, after half a year of completing the course, they're not a personal trainer anymore. So the drop-off rate of actually personal trainers succeeding within the industry is very, very low. And then also out of the 30%, or the people who are actually personal trainers, only, I think, the first something like 50 or 60% is like ridiculously low or high amount of people earn something like 20k a year, where I was like, holy fuck, that's like nothing, right? So, and then the next bracket is the next 20% earn something like up to 35k, and then the 65k, 100k plus mark is only 2% of people earning that much. So if you want to reach that level, you have to really dig your heels in and get going, otherwise it's not going to happen. I don't want to burst your bubble. I don't want to make anyone feel bad about themselves by bumping into this industry. I'm just realistic and telling you what's going on, because I've been in this industry now for 2 decades nearly, so I know what's going on here. And I also know how to succeed in that industry, but it's something I'm passionate about, it's something I love doing, and I can't imagine doing anything else. But that's me. So figure out what it is for you, and maybe take on some of the points I mentioned and find someone you can shadow and follow. Ask around, try visualizing being that person, being the personal trainer you want to be, and then run through like a normal day. What would you be doing? Is it something you're happy about? Is it something you're satisfied doing? Do you love working with people? It's the number one thing. Do you like helping people? If that is the case, this is the job for you. Right, now the gym time.
rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
I just love it,
Now,
guys.
if you know what you're worth, now go on and
It's
get
so
what you're
freaking
worth.
true. So I just published this video about motivation. I've been watching some of these motivational videos, and there's like what is Matthias said, or Motivational Grid, or there's so many YouTube channels. I'm subscribed to myself because number one thing, I was just talking to my mom about this today, about why is it that some people are super motivated in what they do and others are not. And I think one thing which really stuck with me, and the reason why I am so driven, like I basically fall out of bed and I know what to do. There's no one on earth who needs to say to me, Mark, you need to go to work, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that. I freaking know what to do because my vision and my goal is so freaking clear in my head. I know exactly what I want, and that is my freaking driver. That's what drives me to change my body shape. That is what drives me to produce these videos on YouTube to help you guys out and get the body shape you deserve, to see the transformations in my clients I have as a personal trainer, to help other personal trainers succeed in their business, to, I don't know, to just be of value to people who are struggling. Because the thing is, I don't find it difficult in a way to change your body shape or to stay in shape or to do all these things. And I realized that a lot of people do have these problems. So that's where I come in and can help and give advice and say, this is how it works in my life. This is how it works with my clients. Why don't you try this for yourself? And that's also why I bring out these programs and stuff, because this is just the manifestation of what's in my head, what has been working for myself, what has been working with my clients, what I've been doing over 20 years as a personal trainer. And I just put that together in a program, which normally people pay me a lot of money if they work with me on a one-to-one level. But end of January, I'm finally going to release this program for you guys to a very, very affordable price. And, you know, if at the end of the day, you don't have to buy anything. You can just watch these videos. If you feel like, Mark, you know, I'm watching you and now you're selling me something, F that, guys. You know, it's not about that. It's about, you can just watch these videos and you can get amazing results. I mean, I showed a couple of transformations earlier on this channel. So if you go back and you watch a couple of videos, you can see people who've just done what I've told them to do on YouTube, basically telling them how to structure your diet, how to structure your workout plan, and so on and so forth. And you can get the freaking result without buying that program. But if you're the type of person who says, Mark, you know, I want to take a step further, because I need it written down, I need you to talk to me, I need your motivational tips, I need to basically you be my personal trainer online, then that program will be for you. But more later on once we're there. But yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about motivation again, but it seems like, especially now when we are coming to 2017, because it seems I went to Twitter the other day, it was hashtag describe 2016 in 3 words or something like that. And one guy said 2016 piss off, or fuck that year, or I don't know. A lot of people are angry what happened in 2016 because they haven't reached their goal. But now everyone is full of hope because it's just 5 days left, right? And the year starts again. It's 2017. Let's blast through it and everything will be good. Well, at the end of the day, I don't think really everything will be good in 2017 if you're not taking the steps which are necessary. That's also why I said I'm on this program, which I'm doing over Christmas and over New Year, because it doesn't really matter. But for a lot of people, they need a trigger. They need something for them to work or to stick to or kick it off as a cue to then actually stick to it. And that's why the new year is actually a good point to say, stop smoking, stop drinking, losing weight, getting in shape, getting your girlfriend, getting your car, getting your house, getting $1 million, whatever you want. It's always a good thing. But the real thing which will make it work is to structure these goals properly in a way that they don't hold you back. Because I mean by, setting SMART goals, we know that they have to be, timely, measurable, all these things. We know SMART goals. But what I mean is that the goal has to be something which is possible and attainable in your head. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. Because this thing of when people say, well, I want to whatever, I want to lose weight and get the best shape of my life, and someone says, well, you can only lose 2 pounds a week because that's a safe way to lose weight. Is it? Is it really that way? Because I've seen other people, they've lost a lot of much more weight because they were started off much bigger. So some people can lose in a week 10 pounds. Does that mean that's unhealthy? Well, we don't know. But if it helps that person to gain the confidence to stick to the program, maybe I would recommend that. So this is the thing, you have to sort of find something which works for you on an individual level. That's also why I have the Ask Marc D hashtag, and that's why I do these shows where I coach you personally. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the featured video on the channel. So just watch that, and you have a question you want to ask me personally, go there, and I'll coach you in a 15-minute sort of free coaching session, and you can see what I've done already. Yeah, I just felt I needed to tell you guys that. But now I'm drinking actually this way. I'm drinking apple cider vinegar because the one you get in Germany is the actual, there you go. So the one I'm drinking in Germany is bio and it's naturtrüb, which means it's not clear. You can see it's not clear. And that's the best one you can go for if you like apple cider vinegar.